everybody, welcome to today's live stream. So we have a Sunday and I would like to discuss one very interesting topic because what I have noticed on my channel is that we have viewers that are asking me about birth charts aspect. Even though this channel is not mainly about birth chart, but I really would like to satisfy your requests as much as possible. So that's why I have decided to make this live about Venus-Pluto aspects in a birth chart. Okay. First, let me check the chat. Let me open the chat and we can start a discussion about this very interesting topic. Someone can has in a birth chart. So hold up, please. In a birth chart. So okay. Right, I'm there. Well, I also have my notes here and this topic, feel free really to type it in and I will be answer it right now. So, if you have a Venus-Pluto aspect in a birth chart, Venus-Pluto aspect in a birth chart, it is definitely very, let's say, interesting combination, but not the easiest one to live with, okay? Of course, it all depends on the nature of the aspect that is involved in your birth chart, because there are indeed differences. If you have trine and sextile, you will still have these qualities, but it will be much easier to really incorporate it into your life, and it can actually be a blessing if you have trine or sextile. But situation is a little bit different, not a little bit, but very different with conjunction, square and opposition. So I'm gonna be speaking mainly about conjunction, square and opposition, but if you have trine and sextile, this still applies, but drama is not that let's say, exaggerated, and it can really be a nice thing to live with, okay? So first we really have to think about Venus and Pluto as two opposite houses being involved in a birth chart, okay? This may not be, of course, applicable for your situation, but Venus chart and Pluto rules 8th house, okay? So what these houses have in common is that both houses are money houses, okay? But they really work from, let's say, different angles here. But you have to understand that if you have this aspect, money, your money or someone else's money, this becomes also one of the themes of your relationship. Now, if you are a woman and you have this aspect, I'm pretty sure that you are very sexy. There is something that is very sexual and sexy about you. There is like aura that really like precedes you, and really Venus, Pluto women are women who are seen on the Instagram, okay? And really most of the girls have it because we like pictures that are beautiful, we like women that are beautiful, and there is that seductive sense, and this is who you are, or this is how you are perceived by other people. Of course, beauty is very important thing for you, like overdressed every time you go outside, but you really care about what you wear. how you are presented, and etc. Typically, these women, of course, not all of them, but if you have this aspect, you are that is very much into her looks and into her body, okay? Because really, Venus, and that is where we find our body issues, etc. Also money issues, but this time I am talking about your body. So really, body issues or themes that are connected to your body and to your looks are very big thing. If this aspect is square, opposition, or conjunction, you might definitely have body issues or body image issues. Also connected to your self-worth issues and self-esteem issues. These are your themes, okay? Of course, as everything in life, this can be absolutely overcome, but you have to really understand that one of your themes in this life is really accept you and your beauty. People really find you very magnetic, very alluring and very attractive, but oftentimes with difficult Venus-Pluto aspects, this is not what you think about you, okay? So really, one of the main reasons you probably have this aspect is really to start to love yourself. And this can be a challenge, absolutely, because with this aspect, and what really love means for you, from very beginning. So these women, they really like to cover their faces with a lot of makeup. They typically have like big hair and false eyelashes, or black eyeliners, leather. If they have big boobs, they like to show off, because this is what they think men find attractive, and in the core they really like to be attractive and beautiful to the opposite sex, okay? Relationships, if you have this especially difficult aspect of Venus and Pluto, you are the person who is typically drawn to relationships that are somehow difficult, okay? If you are a woman, you are definitely drawn to a man who have the power and who have the money, okay? That's why we sometimes see very beautiful women that are, by side of very powerful men, okay? And this is that these women, they have this aspect, okay? Venus-Pluto aspect is a famous aspect for women that are drawn to men that are very domineering, but also, very, very rich, and that they can really provide for that woman, okay? Relationships in general are very combative, very dramatic, okay? And this is the case from very early age. So I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about here, but obviously Pluto, as it rules 8th house, is very unconscious in what he has to say about this aspect. That's why people who have this aspect are not aware how really this plays out in their relationship, but even if you don't know how this loudness is happening in your life, somehow you are creating it, because this is what really Pluto does in our charts, that really Pluto is the planet of unconscious. So even if we sort of like to hide things, it is still something that is really controlling our life. So if you are this person, Pluto Venus person, from very early age that love hurts, okay? That there must be something painful when it comes to love, and it is really not easy to be loud, and relationships are difficult, and relationships sometimes in adult life can be full of violence, okay? You know, I obviously know people who have this aspect, especially women, and that's why I can talk from first hand, and I know how difficult this can be for a life, especially hard aspects, conjunction included. Even though you are perceived to be very sexy, seductive, and beautiful, this is not something you typically think of you, okay? And then we are back to your self-worth and self-love, because these are really your themes for this life. And you know, a lot of beauty experts and people who really become experts in a love relationships, they have this aspect, okay? Because these people have been through a lot of shit really in their own relationships, and they really figured this out, okay? But typically with hard aspects, you really have to come sort of deeper into your soul and really heal your love issues. Because you know, with this aspect, you are really very naturally drawn. People who have hard contacts between Venus and Pluto are those people who really attract men or women that are unavailable, and they really feel like this is meant to be, and yes, and that is how they get hurt. Because you know, if you don't have this aspect, and you know, your Venus is in much more healthier state, you really very naturally don't get involved with people that are taken, okay? But if you have this aspect, you still want to try, because you know, oftentimes you believe that this is the person who is your soulmate, and really very easily you get stuck with people who are married, unavailable, at least emotionally unavailable, or you know, have full of their baggage. So this is what happens a lot with Venus-Pluto aspects. Now, once you know, you get committed, which is, by the way, very easy for you to do that. Once you get committed, you are really all in. Because this is what happens with difficult Pluto-Venus aspects, that we really get consumed by love, which we feel for the partner very quickly, okay, like this. Even though no matter if this person is available or unavailable, we don't care, because we really want him. Pluto is responsible for this, because really Pluto's needs are very powerful and very unconscious. And once you get that impulse that this is really the one for you, no matter of his situation or consequences, you really do whatever it takes to get him or get her, okay? That's why at the end of this story, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of pain, and there's a lot of heartbreak. By the way, you know how many times, been there too many times, right? Because this is another side effect of this, that your love life can really be that dramatic and intense, and it is because you really believe that this is what love is about. You know, it has to be this painful, this dramatic, this really like over the edge. You know, sometimes even if you don't have this aspect, but you have like Venus Lilith aspect in your birth chart, this is very similar, and it can be even more dangerous and difficult to live with. But definitely I like to compare these two aspects because they really have a lot of similarities. Okay, so as I have told you, bonds to other people are created too fast. Okay, because you are really acting out very unconscious things of Pluto. That's why you get attached very easily to opposite sex, and you really don't know how to live without that person. And that is what really, you know, makes you to do crazy things, right? Because once you really think about it, as time passes, you know that sometimes it was just too much. Okay, but this is because you really believe that your instincts are like true, and you act on it. Okay, because you just can't help, because if you have Pluto involved with Venus, you can't help but do it. Okay, and as Pluto is in difficult aspect to Venus, sometimes are very painful and destructive. So you are the person who can get really become very easily obsessed about anyone, and this is really quick. You know, it is not like you will you know, think about it. Like if you have Saturn Venus, it is very different energy, because you will like assess pros and cons of possible relationship. With Venus Pluto, you are immediately all in, and this is the danger of this aspect, because this is difficult aspect. So you know, wherever we have Pluto involved, there is really like problems. Okay, there are problems, and I really don't wanna tell you, you know, just easy stuff, because we don't like to discuss difficult things in our life. But you know that you've been through a lot in a relationship. You can really become over that other person. And also stalking. Venus Pluto is aspect of stalkers. It is very much also about Sun Pluto aspects. And if you have like rising in Scorpio, you really like to, also Moon Pluto of course, you really like to dig deeper and find out everything about that person. So really stalking on social media, stalking in person, to really become that investigator, that you really want to find out like everything about that person. And this is also very unhealthy, right? It is unhealthy. And you know, from spiritual perspective, these attachments they just don't work. Because problem is that when we are too attached on someone, very naturally his energy is coming like from us. It is going away, because you know, all people are very smart in energetic sense, because we are energetic creatures. And if you are too attached on someone or too initiative, or that person really starts to repel from you. So that's why Venus Pluto people who get too attached or too involved with someone, they are not typically successful, because that other person is really like repelled from them after quite some time. So, as I have told you, heartbreaks are very nasty, breakups are very dramatic, nasty, and really over the top. And you really know what I'm talking about here, because you really can't let go of that person. Now, another feature of people who have this aspect is real jealousy, right? Pluto Venus is aspect, that only this aspect, but really we are today talking about this one. So jealousy is a big thing, okay? but you know, I really like to explain things from like psychological point of view, or somehow to bring more clarity into it, not just to tell that you will be jealous, but you certainly will be jealous. When you know, when you like someone, or when you are in a relationship, you get jealous easily. And this time, jealousy has its root in your, you know, like insecurities and uncertainty, because if you didn't heal your self-worth and self-love at the root of your being, you feel unworthy of love of this other person, and that is real reason why you get jealous, because you really fear that this other person, that your partner will find out one day that you know, you are not enough for him, and he will go away. Okay, so my remedy for all Pluto Venus aspects, and this is really serious stuff, but I've seen it that it can be overcome. But my remedy would definitely be to really heal your body image issues, your self-love issues, yourself, to start believing that you deserve the best, and love doesn't have to hurt. Okay, even though you may like consciously think that this is who I am, I like it to be combative, but trust me that your soul doesn't. Okay, because relationships really doesn't, they don't really have to be that difficult and that really nasty, right? Because these are nasty experience with difficult Pluto Venus aspects. But you know, if you really change your perception and will be really able to really change your mind when it comes to what love really means for you, and love is a big thing in your life. Okay, it is not like this for everybody, but if you have this aspect, you really believe in love, but your beliefs about love can be very damaging even for you. Okay, so you know, I don't want to be only negative here, but before I sign off, I want to add something positive into all these, because these people, once they are committed to someone, they are very, very loyal. And I know this from my personal experiences, so it can be really beautiful, even though they are still, you know, very controlling. Yeah, you are. Of your partner, but you are very loyal and devoted, and you know, when your heart is open, which can be very quickly, to other people, you, another positive side of this aspect, and I have already talked about it, is your appearance. Okay, because if you are a woman, you are a very beautiful woman, you look just great, and that's why you typically don't have a problem to attract guys. But the question is, who are these guys? But you are really very beautiful, you know, this is like aspect. Then these qualities are typically found in your lover, in a woman. You still have these obsessive tendencies, and you really like to stalk your chosen woman. But if you are a man, it's very, you know, Pluto Venus, so very this scorpionic energy. Now I'm really thinking about who has this aspect from celebrities. I didn't check it, but just to think about it, I know that Cardi B has conjunction. Okay, So yeah, only when it comes to the way she looks like, okay, this is very like Pluto Venus, okay, so there's a lot of sex involved and sexual era, but you know, this can be really good because you can definitely use this power, which is really great power because there is Pluto involved. So if you start to be like very creative, because this aspect is very creative aspect, and you can somehow incorporate it into your business, into your work, and yeah, it actually works very very great in area of art, obviously music, or whatever you are advertising, or how to sell things. There's still that sexual undertone, but you know, uh, this really works, okay, because you know, money, power, occult, you are able to somehow, and sex, of course, you are able to somehow put it together and to make it work even in your business. I don't know how it's gonna be like, but this is what you can combine, and trust me on this, there is no other planet that is more powerful as Pluto is, okay. That's why, you know, we all struggle with difficult Pluto aspects or Pluto transits. We all feel it because there is that power that is much more greater than us as human beings. But if you are able to channel this powerful energy in healthy way, you are actually able to really turn it around and to really achieve unbelievable results in the area that are touched by Venus and Pluto in your birth chart. That means when Venus is by house, then where Pluto is in house, and also houses that are ruled by Pluto. With Venus it's actually 2 houses, but you know that if you are familiar with astrology. Okay guys, hi Jess, and now I would like to sign off from this live, and I wish you a very nice Sunday and next live stream. So bye bye.